Like what we're good at with sports. G Tank and G Show. Yeah, you know what to do. Today we talk about sports and let's get right to it. UFC Niners. Let's go. What's up, you guys? It's your boy Gio.
It's your boy, thank you. What it do?
What I do, and this week we're gonna go back. I feel like it's been a good the past two podcasts I really enjoyed. It's been a different topics and stuff, and as we said before, we want to implement other things, not just sports. But this week, I feel it's been a while. I want to talk sports. There's been a lot of things going on. But first off, Jaime, how you been? How's your week been?
I've been good, bro. As you noticed, I cut my hair.
I know.
I had a little minor procedure on my scalp. Nothing
Oh,
crazy. So I had these things called cysts. So it's basically like a fluid that grows inside your scalp, and it just
okay.
continues to grow little by little.
Oh,
And the ones that I've had weren't growing, but they were just kind of annoying to have. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get rid of them."
and like, what was that? Like surgery? Like, was it surgery or what did
Kind
they
of.
do?
They just numbed. They put an epidermal
Mm-hmm.
on the little bumps, so they
Mm-hmm.
numbed it, and they just opened me up, took them out, and that was it. Stitched me up.
Oh, where? Like in the back of the head,
So I
or?
had one like here, back of my ear, and I have one more that I need to get taken out. But yeah, nothing crazy though.
Nothing crazy. Like, there's no like. I mean, do you have pain or like?
Not at all, nothing. The only pain that I did was when they were putting the shot to numb me. But other than that, it was chilling.
Then how did you notice that you had that, or did you always have it?
I've always had them.
Like,
I A couple years back, actually, when we were at Sonoma, I had a pretty big one on the side of my head,
mhm.
and I noticed the other little ones, and I was just like, all right, dude, like, I mean, nobody could see them, but I know they're there, and they're just like, all right, I just need to get rid of them.
Okay, well, pues, yeah, that's good that you got to take care of them. Because now you got to just take care of that last one, right?
Yeah, I'm getting that done on the 18th of March, which is it'll be like a 30-minute or less, so it'll go quick.
Cool. I mean, that's good. That's good that you're taking care of that. But obviously this weekend, Nene, shout out Nene. He got married, and I was there.
I seen that. How was
So
it?
it was good. Yeah, I mean, it was like, I think, yeah, that was my first wedding I've ever been a part of. And I'm, just happy for them. They really, everyone really enjoyed it. I had a great time, everyone, the boys and his family, her family, and it was a great ceremony. They put in a lot of work and effort, and now, I'm happy for them. And yeah, it was great. It was great seeing, it was great seeing them just, happy and in love, getting to know them over the years and seeing their relationship blossom, to being married. Well, I'm just happy I was a part of it, and they took into consideration to have me a part of it. So
Yeah, that's huge.
it was fun time. It was, yeah, it was cool, dancing and stuff like that. They had they had cool things, and the place was pretty cool. It was in Livermore,
Oh damn.
so it was at a winery. And what was cool is they actually flew in like a painter, and the painter like drew Vane and Nene, like like in a, like while the wedding was going, she was drawing, like, I think it's on their Instagram, but basically drew them, the people around them, like literally painted while the wedding was
Damn,
going on. So that was
that's
pretty
sick.
cool. Yeah. So I did that. But yeah, I mean, the week's been good. I've been had a good week. Can't complain.
Your mental's good too.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been feeling better. Definitely. I've been feeling a little bit more like myself. Um, yeah. I mean, this week has been good. And, and also last week, but this week also has been a good week too. I've
That's
been
dope,
chilling.
man. Happy to
Yeah.
hear that.
Thank you. But let's get to business. So Niner off season. It's been last time we chatted. Heartbreaking loss against the Rams, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. I can't say congratulations to them. My Niner in me can't say that, but um, yeah, a lot of things have been going on. A lot of things have to be made. Decisions have to be made. I have a lot of free agents, but so the big thing that this week that came out. So obviously throughout the offseason, we've heard teams interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. They want to trade for him. We're hearing there was a report that the Redskins would, I mean, not the Redskins, sorry, the Commanders, they, the Washington Commanders would be, they're like, we would give a first round pick for Jimmy. We've heard a bunch of other things, but it's been now 2 months and I mean, a month and a half since the season's over and no moves have been made. Nothing has been clarified. Um, yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's crazy. I think no team is gonna make a move until like I think you said it the other day until they figure out where Russell's going and where Aaron's going, and then once those two are out, I think teams are gonna start like, all right, we want Jimmy, we'll give you this and that. But I did see a report earlier where like the Niners cap space may be like less because of Jimmy's injury. I guess something about his injury in his contract that they would retain instead of retaining that 25 mil, they'll retain only like 18 because I guess something about him getting injured that he would get like 7.5 if he
Yeah, I
would.
saw that. I heard that today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, well, so the news today that came out is, or I think yesterday, Jimmy is finally gonna, get surgery and he will be ready for minicamp. So he won't, which now goes back to like, okay, let's say I'm a team, let's say I'm the Steelers or a team that needs a quarterback, right? Why would I want to trade a third round pick for a quarterback that's going to be injured and might not be 100% for the season?
yeah,
And then with Jimmy's history of always getting injured, like, you know, uh, teams aren't dumb. I mean, if we're a Steelers fans, I'm like, the Niners will end up releasing him. They're not going to take that contract and keep him on the team. Like, it's all bluff. Like, I'm just going to wait till they release him. And then then he becomes, a sought after commodity because it's like, okay, we don't have to give up anything. And, he's better than the other options that are out there. Not saying Russell or Aaron or whatever, but if you can get him without trading anything, you'll take Jimmy. The whole thing is trading for Jimmy. Like at this point, the Niners, I think I'll be happy with a fourth or third
yeah,
or a fifth. Or honestly, at this point, I'm happy just getting rid of that contract.
yeah. Because like we've said, we've been saying we gotta cash out Debo and Boza.
And we have a bunch of free agents, and if we do want to get better at corner or maybe another pass rusher, I mean, we're negative. I think 4 million. We're under the cap, $4 million. So we have to do something soon
Yeah.
because I think the league starts in 2 weeks, like the new season. So they have to be above the cap space if they want to like sign people.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure this Jimmy thing, they want to get it resolved soon. Yeah, I just don't see a team, honestly. Like, I feel like all these reports that, people are interested in Jimmy, they value him and all that. It's just, I feel like it's the Niners trying to pump his trade value up because team, like, why would I trade for Jimmy Garoppolo
Yeah. Like
where
I
I can
like I
get,
also saw like earlier like uh that he might end up at the with the Broncos. But same shit, like I think it's what you're saying. It's just the media just trying to, all right, let's hype him up, let's get his trade value up. Um, yeah,
yeah, because why would the Broncos get Jimmy when Teddy Bridgewater is similar and a little more mobile?
yeah,
And like, unless just teams really think that I mean, the only thing he has right is that he wins. With us, he has a positive winning record, but in the playoffs, I mean, he's been bad. Like he hasn't had that one game that it's like that he won us that playoff game.
But the only reason he's been winning is because of the team that's around him. I want to see him with like a shitty team. I want to see what he's capable of doing. I mean,
Yeah,
he played with the Patriots. Patriots, I mean, obviously he was second string, but if he would have played and with that team that Brady had, I feel like he would have won games. But and with the Niners, he's had like weapons like left and right, and that's why he's been winning. But if he had like a shitty team like the Jaguars or New York
well,
Giants,
if we're realistic, let's say he went to the Saints because the Saints now they don't have a coach, they don't have quarterbacks. What will he do in the Saints? They have a good defense, but that would be an interesting spot. The Saints.
yeah, I mean they're kind of iffy too because what happened with the running back?
Kamara.
Yeah, that fool got arrested or
Yeah,
whatever. So who knows what's gonna happen with him?
and Michael Thomas has been like injured for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
So that's what I want to see. I mean, because there's so many Niner fans right now that, or they're probably looking at this, but on Twitter, they're still Jimmy G believers, Jimmy G
yeah.
stands,
Fuck no.
and it's like, look, I mean, he like we mentioned episodes before, he did bring us, he did give us that. We were shit before, and we got him, and he won us games, but it's just those things where it's like if we had someone a little better, we would be unstoppable. And Jimmy G has been that. Jimmy G has been that thing that has like held us back.
Yeah, definitely.
But hey, if we get a second, first, third, you know, I'm happy with that. If we get a fourth, I'm happy with that. If we release him, it's trade time. I mean, it's trade time.
Especially after those videos that were released of him in training. Holy shit, dude! Like the way he was throwing, I was like, oh, I'm like juiced, ready for next season.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if those videos got leaked during the season, and one of those Jimmy games where uh against the Cardinals when they lost, and then they released these videos, people would have been like, "Yo, let's play trade like it's time."
Yeah, and there was a report too. I guess in preseason he almost took Jimmy's spot, but he got that injury.
Well, during preseason, Trey, he was out playing Jimmy G. Jimmy G was, I think, during preseason, like in practices, he was like 12 touchdowns for 12 interceptions compared to like Trey, who had maybe like 5 to 13. I'm not 100% sure, but Jimmy G, they were saying like, oh, Jimmy G's having his best camp ever. But reporters are like, no, no, no. Like Trey, he's actually balling out, probably the best quarterback I've seen in the Niners practice in a while.
Damn.
But it just goes back to I feel like hey, it worked out for the Niners. We went to the NFC Championship, and if we could trade Jimmy for a second or something, everyone wins.
At this point, just give me anything.
At this point. But there was a report that if they did trade him last season, off season, they would have got a third, and who knows how we would have looked with Trey.
Yeah.
So I mean, either way, I mean, it already happened. I mean, like I said, um, I just hope we got to do something with him. I honestly do now. It would just be weird if he came back because like, how do you sell that? Because if Trey, God forbid, he starts playing bad or he's kind of iffy, people are gonna be like, well, let's just play Jimmy, and that's just gonna make the team like I split.
Yep.
It's like now it's Trey's team. Jimmy, thank you for everything. We couldn't trade you, but you know what? We'll give you the option to choose where you want to go, so we're releasing you.
So if he gets released, does he get cashed out or what happens in that situation?
So okay, I know you mentioned the 7.5. So the thing that they were saying is like, okay, if Jimmy was injured, how come he just didn't do the surgery right when the season ended, so he'll be ready for like um, OTAs and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're saying his agent delayed him from getting his surgery. So basically they have the balls on their court. They're like, all right, Niners, seems like we're not going to get anything. We're not going to get anything for him. Release him, because if they release him and he fails a physical with another team, I think then the Niners pay him the 7.5 million.
Okay.
So
Uh,
because Jimmy G in this next season, his contract isn't guaranteed, so he has no guaranteed money.
okay.
Yes. So if they were to release him and he fails a physical, then that I guess insurance thing of 7.5 million he gets at least.
Okay.
That's what I was hearing today.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I thought it was like you get released and once you get released, you get cashed out. But I guess
Nah, well, the reason why you want to release him is so this is if he gets released and he fails a physical with another team. If he gets released and he passes the physical, then Niners don't pay him. Like there's not guaranteed money.
okay.
Like, all right, bro, have a good one. But yeah, I mean, that's why they're saying that his agent, because his agent was also Tom Brady's agent. They're smart. They're like, all right, do this. Like, yeah, I mean, like yeah, the Niners, they say that they want to find a place for you on the trade that you would like to go, but who know? What if like the Niners get a good offer from a team and Jimmy's like, fuck, I don't want to go there. Their ass. And the
That's not
Niners could be like, well, hey, we traded you. Like, you got to go. So, obviously, you got to see it from the player's perspective. He's like, I got to watch out for myself.
yeah. It's all business at the end, I guess. Yeah.
It is all business. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like these next 2 weeks we'll definitely get more clarity on the Jimmy situation because the Niners have to. They have to, like, soon. But one crazy thing I've been hearing on Twitter, um, what do you think of the idea if the Niners decided to trade George Kittle?
That would be completely stupid. Like, why would you do that?
Well, what are like what's your thinking? Like, why not trade him?
Okay, you wouldn't want to trade him one because I feel like he's a part of the main, like he's one of the biggest parts of the engine of the offense. Like he gets the ball and he just trucks through people. He fucking blocks. He does it all. Yeah, you could throw out there like, hey, like he had that drop in that, I forget which game, but it was
Packers.
yeah, that one. And like, well, he should have caught that. I'm like, well, yeah, but I mean, go back and like look at that season and past seasons. He's come up big for us, and it's like I don't think another player could do what he does with the Niners.
Like I said before we start recording, I don't want to trade Kittle, but what I've been reading on Twitter and videos, past 2 seasons, he was out last season 8 games, this season 3, but he obviously played most of the season injured. He's been lingering with a calf injury, right? His productivity this season, you could say maybe it's Jimmy. Maybe it was Jimmy not throwing him the ball more, but I mean, there were some games, I mean, in the playoffs, he was getting some games 20 yards, 30 yards, and like either Shanahan isn't using him well or Jimmy, wasn't getting him the ball, but he wasn't utilized as before, before that 2018 season where he broke the record of the most yards and, he was our offense,
Yeah,
George Kittle. He's going to be 30. What if this season, actually, sorry, 29, close to 30, but let's say this season he gets injured again and he doesn't play the whole season. And we also got to pay him this season, I believe, 14 million, and next season we'll go up to 17 or 18 million. Do we want to pay that for an injured old tight end when right now would be the best time to trade him for something, at least a late first round or a second round pick?
I would say one of the biggest reasons why he didn't get touches as much touches as he did in the past was because I think the offense uh they made plays for Debo. Like the main focus of this offense was Debo this past season. Like literally every play, not I can't say every play, but most of the plays were going. The ball was going to Devo's hands. Top of that, that injury, it's not like it's been a lingering injury, but it's not something huge. Yeah, you could say that it could become a huge one, but I feel like this off season he's gonna be able to fully recover, take care of his body, come back in this upcoming season and be solid. I mean, I look at he's gonna be 29 and 30, but I mean, for example, look at Gronk. I don't know, I forget how old he is, but he's a savage at the age that he is.
He's
So
probably mid-30s.
yeah, so I just I don't know. I get that same like that same vibe from him, and like the same they have similarities in how they play. But I'd still keep him.
No, I mean, like I said, like I think it was last week. It was just interesting hearing that side of you because I mean, hey, Kittle's one of my favorite players on the team. Honestly, I wouldn't trade him because how you mentioned before, it's not just what he does on the field, is that he's our leader. He's the engine. He's the one. He's our captain. He's the one that is gonna give us, has that culture in our team of, he wants to win. He's a player that I'm sure works 1,000, times 1,000% hard. He wants to be the best tight end. He has the tight end I don't know if you've seen that last season
Mm-mm.
where he gathers up all the tight ends from the NFL
Yeah.
and they all work out together at his ranch.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Because I know he like basically created that National Tight Ends Day,
Yeah, yeah.
but I didn't know
So
he did that ranch thing.
yeah. And I feel like I want to see him with Trey. I mean, we want to give Trey the best weapons at our disposal, to flourish. And Kittle, I mean, he's going to be that safety blanket. He's over the middle, like contested catches, yards after the catch. Like, obviously, you want to keep that. But, down the road, it is going to come to a point where we got to be like, do we pay him more? Or, who knows? By that time, I don't know if another player will flourish or whoever we draft, that they'll be up to get paid too.
Yeah.
Those are I mean, the GM, the team, they have to think about that. But for sure, I think this season he's still with us,
Yeah.
no matter what. Like they're not going to trade him.
Depending on how this season goes, and I think that's something to think about. But
And
I don't know.
I feel too. I don't know if you even I can look at those type of things up. But obviously George Kittle and Jimmy G, they're tight. Like they're
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
Like many times George Kittle has like had his back on in the media. Like that's my boy, that's my quarterback type of thing.
I mean, he wore a shirt of him.
But I've just seen, when it comes to Trey Kittle, he does the we'll see. He's a rookie. Basically like you got to prove it.
Yeah.
But I just want to see this season, for him to have his back too, because at the end of the day, it's a business, and if we move on for Jimmy, Trey is now the quarterback, and have his back. Give him that confidence, because I'm sure when we used to play soccer, we were sensitive, and one of your boys players would be like, I don't know about Tanque. I mean, he has to prove it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
sure you would be like, I know you'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna prove it to you.
Yeah.
But there's other players that'll be like, fuck, they'll think about it. I'm
Yeah.
sure Trey is the most competitive dude. I mean, to be quarterback, you got to be competitive.
Yeah, but like having support within the team goes a long way. It boosts your confidence, big time, big time, big time. But once you like give that doubt, you give doubt to your teammate, and they won't play at their 100%. It's like, oh, this fool, he doesn't trust me. Like how can I play to my potential when my teammates don't even trust me?
Or
Or you use that as a weapon. Like, all right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna step up.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause that was my mentality always. So I'm like you said, being a quarterback, you gotta have that like competitive mentality.
Yeah. You got to think you're the best in the world because you're a quarterback. But other things that happened in the offseason, right? There's been a lot of coaches leaving the Niners. Position coaches we lost was Welker, our tight ends coach. I think special teams coach. Our running backs coach is taking a year off. Just health wise. I'm sure there's many other coaches we lost. We got Anthony Lynn, who was
The Chargers coach, right?
Chargers coach. He's our assistant coach, and I believe he's going to be like our running coordinator, running
Yeah.
backs coordinator. That's a good hire, because I feel like Shanahan needs someone to like not check him, but be like, let's think about this. Like, do you really want to do this? Like, someone that is his equal.
Yeah, because
Because I feel like if
sometimes Kyle will get a little too cute, and it's like, bro, you can't be doing that.
And a lot of the coaches, he brings up is people he brings up, right? So it's basically people that follow him. It's not no one that'll be like, "Hey, Kyle, I think I wouldn't do it that way."
Yeah,
I don't know, but that's what it seems, right?
yeah, because he's a veteran.
Yeah, but now I feel like Kyle maybe is like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring people just to pick my brain, to check me." And I feel Anthony Lynn, I feel like he's gonna be good, to not make those dumb plays like fourth down and you want to motion Trent Williams instead of just he'll be like, hey bro, like let's just go up the middle. You
Yeah,
ain't gonna do all that. And I'm also interested to see that maybe all those coaches were maybe Jimmy guys.
true.
And he wants to bring coaches, all right, we got Trey and we want to play everything in our control so Trey flourishes.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but there was like an article too that came out that there was like when they were about to draft Trey, the room was split. Like half of the coaches wanted Trey, and the other coaches were like, "Nah, we got Jimmy. Like we don't need to get Trey."
Well, yeah, I forgot to mention. Well, yeah, our quarterbacks coach, he is now the offensive coordinator at Kentucky. Supposedly, that he was a Jimmy guy. Like he didn't want Trey. He actually, if they were gonna draft someone, he wanted Mac Jones.
Damn.
And I'm interested in who they bring as the quarterbacks coaches. That is an important coach to have for a young quarterback because usually that's the coach that's around him 24/7. That's your position coach. Tells you this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what I see.
Fuck.
So if we have someone that's maybe like this past season that coach wasn't really trying to improve Trey because he's I like Jimmy.
Yeah. But fuck yeah. So for the free agents, like who do you like?
Okay, yeah, I have that list here for the free agents. All right, number one, important, but it's gonna be tough. Laken Tomlinson, the guard,
Okay.
Pro Bowl this season, been super solid with us, but we're gonna have to pay him, and I'm sure he's gonna want to be paid decent amount of money with the looming Debo and Nick Bosa contracts coming. I think from all the free agents, we're gonna have to make it work because that O line without it's just Trent Williams and then everyone else, sketchy. And Lake Tomlinson, he's okay, he's 30, but he knows the role. He's good on Trent. Like Trent loves him. They
Yeah.
play good. That's someone I think we have to bring back.
What's his face? Is what do you think about Mac? He's a free agent too, right? Or no?
No, he's not. Today, John Lynch at the combine said they're highly optimistic that he's going to come back. The thing about him is he might retire,
Oh, okay.
but he's not a free agent.
Okay. I know Lynch is happy with Kinlaw's recovery.
It's another player that this season it's either he breaks out or it's going to
He's
be like
out.
he fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I would have still kept DeForest Buckner. Like
Oh yeah. I mean, he was take that shit's crazy how like he was taking a pay cut to stay, and they still didn't keep him. Like, come on.
he said he was willing to meet them at the middle, not a pay cut.
Yeah.
He said basically, I'm willing to work with you guys.
Yeah.
And the Niners said, you know what, we'll take our chances. And this what's crazy is like you traded the energy and captain of our team, Buckner. He obviously loved playing for us. He was only 25 years old,
Yeah,
and
that
he's still
was.
been after this past 2 years all pro, Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that was a stupid.
But anyways, so yeah, Lakeland Tomlinson. I'll give you one too. Let's see,
You got Mostert and Verrett.
Mostert and Verrett. So I'll take them because I'm sure we can sign them for cheap because they have no leverage against us. Like for example, Verrett, we took a chance on him. He played good with us. He got injured.
Yeah,
He's from Fairfield, and I think he would listen to a pay cut. It's like, bro, you just tore your ACL again.
probably on a 1 year deal.
A 1 year deal, and you want to stay in the Bay. You like it here. And then same with Mostert. We're the team that gave him a chance. Before Mostert was just a special teams jumping from practice squad to practice squad.
Yeah,
And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, during games, he would always be there on the sideline. Most injured players are at home or in the
yeah.
press box. He was down there,
He was always there.
He was always supporting the team. I'm sure he wants to stay. And I think he would be a great 1-2 punch with Mitchell.
That's funny. My Sammy, Jarda's man, that
Mhm.
he told me the same shit. He's like, that would be a great, that same exact line that you just said. He texted it to me the other day.
And another thing, bringing Mostert back, we can use Debo as a wide receiver because Debo this season was doing that Mostert job,
Yeah,
being the people on the edge. Because Mitchell and Sermon will be more and more in the middle. But Raheem Mostert is if he got the space, he's out.
yeah,
You're not catching him.
yeah,
So it will prolong Debo's career too if we sign him.
for sure. Less hits.
But I'm signing him if he's cheap. If he wants money, nah.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if you noticed with the Niners, they tend to find running backs like either they
easy.
draft them late or cheap.
Yeah.
So
Something that we do need, like after watching like the Super Bowl and watching these wide receivers, bro, is these cornerbacks. And I was talking to Sammy about this. He sent me an article, and supposedly Sherman believes that Gilmore might
saw that.
either come to the Niners or Seahawks. Would you take him?
Hell yeah, in a heartbeat. Like because he can play outside and inside. He is the guy. Basically, we're getting a cornerback to stop Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
And he's that guy. I mean, no one's going to stop Cooper Cup. He's amazing, but he will at least, he va a estar con él.
toe
And
to toe,
then,
basically.
and then Gilmore, he's what our defense will be missing, a shutdown corner.
And his age is not bad, 31.
31, but he's good. He's still good. Like I said, he can play outside, inside. Um, I think that's one I would go with. Definitely, I would spend some money on that. Another interesting one I heard is maybe if we spend a little bit of money on Von Miller,
Is he?
the free agent.
Oh shit.
So, because this one thing, we get him, that's scary. Bosa and Von Miller, you have to fuck. Who am I going to cover? You have to pick one. Like,
Yeah.
like you can't cover, but you can't put two people on both. Like one of them is going to get all the attention, the other guy's going to feast. And I mean, what you could say is Arden Key had similar numbers to Von Miller this season, but when it comes, to playoffs, Von Miller is proven.
Yeah, he's 2-0 in
In clutch
California.
moments, yeah. Because
Um, but do
yeah,
you cash him out? That's the question.
you would have to pay him. Not a
Yeah,
lot. You sign him for a 1 year deal, but for a lot.
yeah.
Basically, like with the Rams, you sign him because we want to win the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and that's the thing. At that expense, one of the players I love, but he is a free agent, and I think for the Niners, it might be too much. Like a team's gonna offer him a lot, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, you guys match it, I'll stay, but if not, I'm gonna take the money." DJ Jones,
Oh, okay.
he's young, he's good, and I feel like a team, might pay him. Maybe like Miami with McDaniels, he might be like, this guy, let's give him whatever amount he wants.
Yeah, it
That's a
sucks to
guy I would like
it
though.
sucks
That
to like when you think about it. Oh, bro, just take less and stay with a team that you may win a ring with. But then you got to think about your future. Like,
well, yeah, they're human. They got their own lives. They got families. Like
yeah,
I'm sure it's like you're at a job right now and you love it. You love the environment, but there's another job that wants to give you more money and you're
yeah.
gonna be you're gonna have higher importance in that company.
Hmm. You're gonna take that role easy in a heartbeat
And then
if they can't match it.
I mean, we see it as fans. We're like, man, why wouldn't you want to stay? Because we have that bias of like, it's the Niners, bro. Like, why don't you want to stay with us? But these, their dream is to play in the NFL, and they also have to see it as a business. Because what happens if DJ Jones stays with us and then he breaks his leg?
Yeah, it's on to the next guy.
On to the next guy. Okay, and on to the next guy. So I'm gonna give you two: Kawan Williams and Jaquaski Tart.
Fuck, they're both good. Like, yeah, they're important, but it just comes back to the money situation. Like, how much do you give them? What convinces him to stay?
I think for if we do get, let's say, a Gilmore, we just let Quan Williams walk. We have Lenore, who was drafted to be our slot guy, and we have Ambry Thomas. We can mix and match between them, and we still have Mosley. I think he's still good.
Yeah,
And Tart. A lot of people obviously are gonna hate because of the dropped interception, but if you know Tart, so Tart and Jamie Ward, they aren't very spectacular guys, but if you watch, sometimes I watch the film or I watch people break down the film, they're like the best at their positions together. Like he does a lot of things to stop the run. He's fast, he's big. Yes, they don't get a lot of fumbles and interceptions, but they do a lot of things that make this defense flow. That us, if you're a casual fan, you don't see that. You're
yeah,
like, man, why don't they get picks? But like they're shutting down other things. And I feel like Tart for our team, he's one of those players that's the thing. I don't think we'll have enough money either. Like he would either have to do another thing how he did this season where he took a 1 year deal.
yeah.
But I'm sure he wants to get paid.
Yeah, it's the thing. Everybody wants to get paid, but there's no money.
Yeah, like I said, the Arden Key, I feel like this defense, any D lineman they get, they make them really good. He, like I said, he got 8 sacks this season for us, but I'll let him walk because I'm sure he's gonna want to get. It's like, remember, I don't know if you know, last year Hyder, he did amazing in our team, and Seattle paid him, and he had like no sacks.
Yeah,
That might be Arden Key. And then there's the only thing I don't get with because in the NFL there's unrestricted free agents and restricted free agents. So there's a bunch of restricted free agents we have, but I think those come back to us
okay.
because I think, let's say a team wants them, the Niners have the opportunity to match it, or else they get a pick out of it.
Oh, damn.
So those are like Juwan Jennings,
Yeah.
Jermichael Hasty, Alziz Al Shair, which is someone actually he's a restricted free agent. So
Yeah, that's someone who I would want to bring back. He was solid.
oh no, definitely we got to
Yeah.
bring him back. And what they should have done is extended him last season because he would have been cheap. Like
Yeah.
you extend, he's right now he only makes $500,000. You extend them for 5 million, or I don't know how it works. From going to 500,000 to getting paid like 5 million a season or something, he'll be like, hell yeah.
Right away.
One thing I forgot to mention in the offseason part that I was hearing a lot, there's rumors that Kyle Shanahan wants to trade for either McCaffrey or Barkley. What do you think about that? I don't know if you heard that.
I didn't hear about that, but I seen that. You're talking about Barkley, right, from Giants?
From the Giants, just Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Sammy actually, he's my resource, off-season resource. He sends me all these articles.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I keep up, or else, I wouldn't know shit. uh, honestly, Barkley's the one is gonna want to get cashed out. That's the thing.
But I feel like that's the thing too. He's been injured, so he doesn't have leverage. Like
Yeah,
I would take him if the Giants cut him. I wouldn't trade for him because he's injury prone. But if imagine the Giants cut him, and you'd be like the Niners are like, hey, we'll give you a 1 year deal, this much money to prove it, and we get the best out of it. Like imagine Barkley in our system,
yeah,
like that. That's yeah,
that's scary.
scary. That's the only way I would take a running back. I don't think now in the NFL you should trade for a running back
Yeah,
because like we mentioned, there's Cordero Patterson. You can pick him up, but McCaffrey, that one you would have to probably trade for him.
yeah, because he wasn't getting any touches past season with, especially
Well, he got
with
injured.
he got injured. But then didn't he come back, or he was
He
out for the season?
he was out for the season right away.
Okay,
Like he's been injured the past 2 seasons.
yeah. I forget. Maybe I might be tripping because I know Newton.
I think he came back one game and it didn't work out or something.
Yeah,
He wasn't, and then he just said, what, I'm just gonna. But that is a player you would trade something for, and I don't think
yeah.
I don't think that it's worth it for
Trade
us.
him
Because,
for one of the picks that we got from McDaniel's.
but even that, I feel like when this team, I feel like they could draft someone, and
Yeah,
then we have like Mitchell, we have Sermon, who I've been seeing on Instagram. He's like trying to, how they did it, like the coaches and people are like, man, why we draft him? Like he didn't do shit. So he's been using that, I guess, as motivation.
yeah,
I feel like he might have a breakout
yeah,
season. He was good. And then we have still Jermichael Hasty. He's good.
yeah. He's good too.
And whoever we draft, I feel. But you know, that's what I'm saying. If the Giants do release Barkley, yeah, I'll take that. I wouldn't trade for any of them though.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like I think that for that's all I have for the NFL.
Mm.
Um,
So we got an
another,
important. Oh, what were you saying?
I was like, I'm thinking of. I mean, I know the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. He still hasn't decided if he's gonna retire
Oh,
or not.
same thing. Sammy sent me this thing from Bleacher Report.
Yeah,
The Packers. I think they posted something. It was like the Beatles picture where they're walking.
and then the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they had like I forget who was on it, but there was two key people missing, Rogers and Adams. So it might be they might know something that we don't know.
Well, what I saw, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, Rodgers, last week he put a Instagram post basically kind of giving like his farewell to the
Yeah.
Packers and like over he said reminiscing. And then he was on the Pat McAfee show. Basically, he didn't say. He said that they're gonna have like a press conference, and usually that means either he's gonna retire. I don't think that means like they're gonna we're announcing we're gonna trade Aaron Rodgers to blah blah blah,
Yeah.
or they might just be like we're parting ways. Who knows? But that's been going on in the NFL, and well, I mean this is not NFL, but did you hear about Cain Velasquez?
I was actually gonna wanted to bring that in because we're gonna talk about the UFC for a little bit, but that shit's crazy. But I don't blame him. I don't blame
Okay,
him for that.
so you know the story, right?
Yeah, like the two at the daycare, his daughter, I believe,
Yes,
was getting abused by I don't know who, but
I
uh,
think like a worker, right, or something.
yeah, and he chased him down, him and the father, and he shot one, but he it wasn't like a critical life threatening injury. The guy is fine, but still, like I think they came out with he got arrested for like 10 counts or something.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
but I don't blame him, bro. Like you're a grown ass man abusing a little girl. Like what the fuck's wrong with you?
no, I mean, I mean, it's just it's just weird, California, right? I mean, on Twitter, I don't know if it's correct, but they were saying if he like I don't know how they explained it, but basically, if he got charged for manslaughter, so one of them would have died, let's say he shoots at them and they crash and one of them dies, he would get less years in prison than for what he's being charged of attempted murder.
Fuck.
And it's just crazy, here in California, like obviously, if that's what was going on, yeah, I mean, morally, obviously, you don't take, you don't take the law into your own hands, but fuck, dude, that's your daughter.
Yeah. Like that shit triggers you, and like I,
like
I'm pretty
you,
sure he was blinded by anger, and you don't
yeah,
think when you don't think logically when you're pissed sometimes, but and especially in that situation, like what do you do? Like, yeah, you bring it to the authorities, but like fuck you,
rabia, you're like,
yeah,
I want to kill this guy.
yeah. Like I mean, if it's Kane, like fuck, you should have just knocked his ass out.
Yeah, but like you're saying, dude, like obviously we can't see it, you know, we can't imagine it because we don't have daughters. But I'm sure when we have daughters, then you're like, fuck that. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
or
like,
even
dude,
or even sons, because shit
sister,
happens.
yeah. No, yeah, so yesterday I just saw, they sent. I think my boy sent me the article. It just said Kane arrested for attempted murder. But it didn't say the why, and I was like, damn, that sucks. And then yeah, after on Twitter, I think I saw why, and I was like, oh, like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's facing 10 counts after attempted murder. So yeah, fuck that, dude. Yeah, so it was the talk going around is Kane chased down two men riding in a vehicle. One of them is accused of abuse of one of Kane's children at daycare. The other person involved is the father of the alleged abuser. Kane shot the father of the alleged abuser.
Because I think he was just trying to shoot anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how. I mean, if he gets a good lawyer, I mean, he can plead. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know law, but I'm sure if he'll get a good lawyer, and I don't know. I don't know what they could be dropped to.
I know it's sensitive. I was gonna say he should get OJ's
OJ.
OJ's lawyer.
Well, I think most of them they already passed away or
Yeah,
old.
yeah, they're old.
Yeah, two
Nah,
of them passed away. But yeah, I mean, now that we're in the UFC, I, I'm honestly really hyped for this card this weekend. Maybe just for the main event because I don't know if you've been watching all the shit talking and stuff.
yeah, bro. Like they're both Trumpies, but I can't stand Kobe. I can't stand him. Like that fool talks so much shit, and he's very disrespectful about how he goes about things. I'm just like, nah. Like he needs to get knocked out. And that's the only way Masvidal wins, knocking him out. If it goes to distance, Kobe wins it.
Yeah, my boy again. Shout out Ruben. He placed a bet Masvidal. He thinks he believes Masvidal can get the upset and beat Kobe. If he wins, Kobe's the favorite, so he bet on Masvidal. So if he wins, he'll win a lot. And he was just asking me, what I think. And I told him, if the only way Masvidal wins is maybe the first two rounds, maybe
Yeah,
because I feel like Kobe's cardio. Yeah,
it's
man.
crazy.
I
Don't
don't
you?
think I don't think Masvidal will last, and then
Yeah.
the wrestling too. But it's interesting because I was seeing a lot of interviews. Oh, sorry for the people that aren't into UFC. Let's give them a little background of what this matchup is. So Kobe and George, right? They used to be best friends, same gym, right?
Yep. Same gym.
Same gym, buddies. And what I was watching from the countdown, I don't know if you watched those
Yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah, I guess Kobe, he started, being good, winning fights, eventually becoming interim champ. And I think Masvidal he stepped away from the UFC and did like a reality show.
Yeah. Like it was a Exatulon. It's like on Telemundo or something.
Okay. And I guess there was Kobe saying that George Masvidal got jealous or envious of him because he was being successful now. And Masvidal, he would win one, lose one, win one. And then once Masvidal came back and he went on that
Rampage. He was knocking
uh,
people out.
there until he knocked out Ben Askren,
Yeah.
that crazy knockout. He fought Nate Diaz. He started getting popular,
Yeah.
and then he started talking shit. Like, well, the story is that I guess Masvidal's striking coach used to coach Kobe, and Kobe won the fight. I think it was that against Dos Anjos, and
Yeah.
he didn't pay him for that fight. And Kobe was saying, no, 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 I took care of it. I talked to him, I paid him. And I guess his coach was like, no, he never paid me. So I guess Masvidal paid the coach. I got you. I'll pay for it. And then that's when it was, fuck that guy. Like that's that snake shit.
Yeah. So the reason why he paid for him was because like he said that since he introduced him to the coach, he felt like he had to like take responsibility
Right.
for that. So that's why he cashed him out. He's like, all right, here you go. But what's crazy that I still haven't seen is that the coach hasn't said anything. Like,
What
not,
was this? Yeah, the striking coach
yeah,
because
Paulinho or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. I think either maybe he just doesn't want to get involved,
Yeah,
or I don't know. Maybe they're hyping up the fight, but all I know is eventually, I guess Kobe, in the man, would you know the name of the gym that
yeah,
they were
American Top Team. So
American Top Team?
basically, he was like they were in the same gym, they were trained, and anytime they were like cross paths, it was like funk on site. Like they were gonna chunk it. That and then he was talking shit about the woman fighters, Amanda and
Joanna.
Joanna and Dustin Poirier,
Mhm.
and he was just going on a rampage at Kobe. And people like at the end of it, because of so much drama that was going on between George and Kobe, I think the guy's name is Dan something. He kicked both fighters out.
Mhm. Yeah, he kicked both of them out, and obviously Masvidal was like, yo, like this has been my gym since I started. I don't want to leave, and I guess the coach was like, it's better if you guys just both go your separate ways. Covington took it as like, what, f you, like, I'm gonna go to another thing, like, you know, took it like as, like, man, disrespect.
Yeah,
I guess eventually Masvidal, he came, they accepted him to come back. So that's basically and then obviously they just been talking shit to each other and
ever since.
ever since, and that's a little background of this fight. And this fight, like you said, it's two guys that it's like I wouldn't mind either of them getting knocked out, but I mean, I would want to see, I guess, Masvidal win more, but I think Covington's gonna win.
Yeah, I see it going to him like dragging it to distance and then just out wrestling him. I think that's his plan. I don't think he plans on striking with Masvidal because if he plans on striking with him, Masvidal's gonna knock him out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, like I said, it could be crazy. Masvidal, first two round, not gets him with something and gets rocked. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
I definitely am.
But another question too is we don't know how Masvidal's chin is after he getting knocked out.
That is true.
He hasn't fought since, so it's going to be tested. That's for sure. If they fight on their feet.
You think after the fight they hug it out?
Fuck no, I don't think so. I feel like Masvidal has too much pride. But I don't know, because I mean, look at what happened with Usman and Colby. They hugged it out after the fight.
But I feel like there's more mutual respect there. Like
Yeah,
you're my adversary, you have the title, but I know you're also good. Like they both acknowledge they're both good, even though Covington he seems like an asshole. But
yeah. Well,
like
there's like
it's all
hella
a persona. I mean, I don't
yeah,
think that's how he
because
is.
there's hella like people that say like Brandon Schaub says, oh, like that's just something fake, just to sell fights. He's a good guy, and like wants people to hate him so they could tune in, basically like what Mayweather did.
But hey, and he's doing a great job because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna see this fight.
Yeah,
The other one, the co-main event, sucks for Dos Anjos, but again, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I, I think it was, I forgot, but because this was supposed to be the fight, I think 2 weeks ago. At basically they were like a fight night, but
Yeah.
they got moved to this one, and I guess his opponent got COVID,
Damn.
so now he's fighting Renato Moicano.
No idea
Catch,
who that is.
no idea,
So who knows? He might, come up and
and that's what sucks. I've seen him fight. I don't remember where the Moicano guy, maybe like a prelim or something. Short notice, 5 day notice, like
yeah.
literally Monday. Yeah, Monday he
Damn.
took the fight. But it puts you in a tough spot, because if you lose, you're like, man, you lost to someone on 5 days notice, and if you win, it's like, well, you were supposed to win.
Yeah.
So that one, yeah, I mean, sucks for the guy, and he said the guy wants to run it back. He said he got COVID, so they might fight, later on in the year. But yeah, I don't know about Dos Anjos. I mean, do you think he can go on the title run or?
Nah, he's getting to that age.
Yeah,
Father time
because I
catches
think
up to everybody.
the last time he fought was 2020, also against Felder on short notice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But damn, yeah, this should be a good card. I don't really know like besides the main, but
Well, this next one's good too. Through the embedded, I'm interested. Obviously, Edson Barbosa, he's good.
I
Good
like the guy.
striker.
I like the guy that he's fighting. The dude from
Yeah, you
Arkansas,
seen that?
dude.
That's what I was saying. Like he seems like he just seems hella like I don't picture him as a fighter, because he's a
Bro,
farmer
he
and
showed up with fucking boots to the hotel in Vegas like nothing. Like I was just like, okay, I'm rooting for you.
but this is a classic match of extreme grappling against extreme you know, extreme, hands like Edson Barboza, like that guy's crazy with his hands, his legs, his kicks.
Yeah.
Did you watch that his last fight where he basically hit the dude and like the dude, got punched and then took him like 10 seconds to react and then he like got knocked out.
Nah, I didn't
You
see
remember
that
that?
one. I think I saw the one before that one where I think Barboza lost. I think he lost to Ortega.
Hmm. But yeah, and then the one before, so he punched the dude in like right here,
Yeah.
and the dude was just like this, and then he went.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw the highlight of that. Yeah, 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 yeah. That shit. Yeah, that was crazy.
That, but yeah, I'm excited for that one. Like I said, this Mitchell guy, I guess I haven't heard of him before this, but I guess he's on the roll. All I know is he is a grappler, wrestler. So it's gonna be, if he can block the takedowns and if the other guy can take a punch.
Yeah.
Then the other one, my boy Kevin Holland fights again
Oh,
against
that's right.
Alex Oliveira.
Yeah, these Brazilians, man, they're crazy. But yeah, yeah, I'm going with Holland.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on a losing streak. I mean, 2020 he went on that 5 win streak and with that Jacare knockout.
Yeah.
But after that, he faced Brunson. Brunson out wrestled him, so he's actually been working on his wrestling. Then he fought on short notice Vittori because that was supposed to be the Vittori Till, and he took it on short notice. And then it was a crazy one where I think at the end of the year, I forgot who he fought, but the guy like illegally kneed him in the head, so he got knocked out,
Yeah.
and because of that, the other guy choked him out, and they got reversed to a no contest.
Oh shit.
But and then have you heard of Alex Oliveira?
Nah, not really.
I've seen him, but I don't remember. I don't recall.
The only Oliveira that I know is Charles.
Well, we'll get back to him because I'm gonna ask you something. And then the first one to start off the main event, Greg Hardy against Spivak heavyweight.
I
Greg
don't.
Hardy coming from a loss from Tui
Yeah.
Tuivasa.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, no. I was thinking about the guy, but he wasn't on embedded. The guy he's fighting. Yeah, I don't really know much of the other guys. I'm going with Greg.
Greg Hardy. Yeah, and then I'm just looking quickly at the prelims. I mean, obviously these sometimes they're good to watch because they want to prove stuff and
It gets
you know
cracking.
it's cracking, but I have no idea of any of them. And then the early prelims,
Manos.
and yeah, I mean there's a Nurmagomedov 13-0, so I'm sure he's gonna be good.
Oh, I think that might be the guy that's related to Khabib.
Yeah, he's a featherweight,
Yeah.
and Jessica I fights too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's pretty good.
And then yeah, that's it for this card, which I'm excited. But let me ask you about this. Obviously, Islam Makhachev, he fought someone on short notice.
Oh
But
yeah.
do you think he's up next for that
Yeah.
title shot?
Yeah. Dana said it already.
He said it.
Yeah, he said he's next.
So winner of the Gaethje Oliveira. Okay. Obviously, I think Oliveira is going to be Gaethje, but
Yeah.
let's say Islam Makhachev versus Oliveira.
Islam, bro. Like,
You take Islam,
yeah, that fool's just gonna pin his ass down and just
but
smash.
Oliveira's a jiu-jitsu, like that's his thing. He's a jiu-jitsu
That's
master.
true. That's the fight that we never got to see with Tony Ferguson and
And yeah,
and Khabib.
yeah, I mean, yeah, because I feel like Makachev, he's been, yeah, he's up next. I think he's up next for the title shot. I mean, they were saying, I guess he would fight because he's fourth right now. But let me look at the current rankings because I'm sure he moved up on the rankings. I would think. Let me go back. But yeah, so Tony, he was saying that that's his new guy on like bet him whatever he's gonna take Makachev against anyone.
Damn.
We'll have Tony soon.
That one guy,
Okay, so he's third now. Makachev? Yeah, because yeah, they robbed us of a good fight. Yeah, because Dariush got injured. So it was supposed to be Dariush Makachev. Dariush, the guy that
yeah,
beat Tony Ferguson.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So it's three Islam, two Poirier. Yeah, yeah. Islam is gonna fight the champ. Whoever's the champ.
A guy that's really good too is Hamzat.
Yeah, Hazmat Chimaev.
Supposedly, Adesanya opens the door to fight him for the shot.
Well, Adesanya said, he has to win some against some because he hasn't fought against anyone, big.
Yeah,
So Adesanya said, win a couple ones against like these higher ranked guys, and definitely that's another monster too.
dude, that guy's just been putting people away.
Who's he fighting next? Does he have a match set up or no?
I think he had one, but I don't know. Um, let's see. Next opponent. No, there's nothing.
Yeah,
Oh wait, he is. He's fighting uh, uh Gilbert.
you're right.
Gilbert Burns.
Okay, yeah, if he wins that one, then yeah, because Gilbert wins number two.
Yeah,
That one's crazy.
that one's gonna be
I
a
don't.
good one. I like Burns, but Hazma is just dude. What he did to that Asian dude. Fuck, dude. He just got on top of him, lights
Oh
out.
yeah, El Song.
Yeah,
No, yeah, he just picked him up and yeah, he just like slammed him. No,
yeah. Dude, that shit was
no.
crazy.
Um, but yeah, I mean, who's Usman fighting? He's fighting Leon Edwards, right? That's like the supposed next matchup.
Supposedly, but
That's the easy,
he has
easy.
surgery and everything, so he's taking that time off. But yeah, I think that's the next one. That's an easy fight for Usman.
I'm looking forward to the in April too. Luke Mohammed,
I don't
Bilal
know.
Muhammad,
I don't know. I
the
don't
guy that
think.
looks like French Montana,
Oh, right. The one that fought Leon Edwards.
the one that got his eyes
Yeah,
poked.
yeah.
So he's fighting Luke in April at a fight
Oh,
night.
damn.
So
Yeah, Luke is a savage.
yeah, yeah. We're actually looking like because we're like, I wonder how much it is to go to Apex fight on one of
Yeah,
those fight nights.
yeah.
1,500.
It's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, for
1,500, and you get like front row. Like I think you get all you can eat,
that's sick.
drinks. You get to sit with like the fighters,
Yeah,
and it's at the Apex, so it's hella close.
yeah. So you can hear everything and like that's
But
sick.
that's one of the next fights in the Apex,
Damn,
Muhammad Luque.
yeah, that'd be crazy to go to.
Yeah.
Talking about going to fights, Bellator, April, San Jose, SAP Center.
Again?
Yeah, I think Pitbull's fighting. Let me check. I had it right here.
Yeah, me and Tony went to the
Where
the freaking
McKee Pitbull. It's a featherweight world championship, and Nemkov versus Anderson. Friday, April 15th.
I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
the tickets.
mail
I
it.
think the
We
tickets were
did
like
it.
$55.
Up was last time we it was the Joe Romero one.
Yeah.
We literally walked up to the ticket booth station, i.e. like we went with no tickets.
Uh huh.
And they were like, oh, $60. And then it was pretty good seats.
Yeah, and those fights usually don't get packed, and I've heard like sometimes they upgrade you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like there was a lot of people. And like as it was the first time I went to a live MMA, like MMA, UFC or MMA, sorry.
Yeah.
It was cool. We saw one knockout,
Damn.
a couple knockouts. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure and it's cool because you just take the train.
Yeah. Yeah. He started right away.
And yeah, anybody listening, I will make a live show and outside the Bellator.
I know, right?
Um, Last thing I want to mention, Ariel Helwani, right?
Yeah. The reporter.
He has his show every week, right?
Yeah.
He actually had Canelo today, and he asked
Whoa,
him.
what the fuck? I gotta
He had,
tune into that shit.
he had Canelo, and he also had Fury, Tyson
Uh
Fury.
huh.
So he asked Canelo, would you be interested in fighting Usman?
Hmm.
And Canelo said, "Payday, payday." He said you know how Canelo usually is like, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just about my glory. He said that he was like, I want to first solidify my legacy, but definitely, I mean, if it may, he was like, I guess Reynoso told him about him,
Hmm.
and he was like, if it's gonna make me money, let's do it. But after I finish my whole legacy,
Right.
now I feel like that's easy work for Canelo. They look at it as easy work.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. Canelo's a fucking yeah. Nobody could beat him right now. He fights May 6th, 7th, something like that.
Yes, against Bivel,
Yeah.
they were saying that they don't know if it will happen because of the whole Russia thing, because he's Russian.
Oh, that's right. Well, fucking sneak him through Mexico.
Yeah. But then he also, like I said, he also talked with Fury,
Yeah.
and he asked him, well, how about a fight with Ngannou? And Fury was like, I can see that in 2023.
Oh, shit.
He said, I won't be, he's like, I'll probably be done fighting competitively, and I would just want to do these like exhibition fights.
So I feel like a
Have
lot of
fun.
these exhibition fights, fighters are getting paid.
Because there's a lot of interest, man, in
Yeah.
that type of thing. So I mean, I was just surprised about the Canelo saying yes to Usman because usually he's like, I
Nah.
don't do that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing I would definitely pay to see that,
I mean, it's like the fight Mayweather and McGregor.
right?
Everybody paid for that shit.
And it's just if you know UFC. Obviously, I think at that time McGregor was more well known if you weren't a UFC fan compared to as Usman. Like if you know UFC, Usman's pound for pound the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pound for pound right now. Like there's who's better than him pound for pound in the UFC.
Nobody.
So for us, we're like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Usman, Canelo, the two best pound for pound boxer, best pound for pound UFC fighter.
And they're almost the same weight, right?
Yeah, well, what? Welterweight, right?
Yeah, because it's different.
170,
Yeah.
and Canelo, he fights around there. He's
Yeah.
what,
Once
165?
170 sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, right. He
168.
Yeah, he's 168, right? That's where
Yeah,
he unified everything.
yeah,
One,
168, and then
yeah, well, that's right there.
yeah, that would be good. That would be a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, because who the guy he's fighting right now? He's what?
He's
Uh, light
light,
heavyweight,
yeah, something like that.
light heavyweight champ. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, well, Canelo, man, I don't see him losing. So,
Yeah, that guy's a beast.
but I heard this guy he's pretty good. He's a killer.
Damn.
But I mean, I've heard, but I haven't seen. I don't know.
Yeah,
They said that about everyone, and Canelo beats him.
easy work.
But yeah, I mean, any other sports news you got, or
Nah, I think this is it. This is it. This is the end of it for
yeah, I
today.
mean, yeah, I mean, this one's like another good one with sports. You know, we'll see what happens with the Niners. I'm definitely excited for the UFC. Um, but yeah, sign us out.
Yeah, if you guys stay to the end, thank you. We do these for you guys, and like we've said in the past, like, subscribe, share it to your friends, family, whatever, and thank you. Deuces.
Thank you guys. Peace.
That's Mama Boy.